Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call the regular board meeting today, Tuesday, November 12th, 2024, to order at 4 p.m. And we have our minutes from our last meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Madam Chair, at this point, I'd like to ask for, in addition to the order of business on new business today, I would like to request a can count tabulator number 2 for the ushery, not for certification, but for just part of the audit process. This tabulator has an extremely high rate of rejection. Standard is 1 out of 500, and for 140-minute period or so, we had a 35% rejection rate.
And now we're at the part where you can express your comments. Please limit those comments to 2 minutes if you have comments.
David Sunhoff, Chairman of the County Republican Party, and we say appreciation to all the Board of Election workers, poll workers, poll watchers. This time, I think we had a good election. We had there's a lot of hard working individuals that always do with the Board of Election here. Good people doing long hours. I will speak to the tabulator 2. I did do poll observing at tabulator 2 and observed the large number of misfeeds of tabulator 2 at Mary Ussery in early voting. Don't know how that affected the election results in any way, but it did affect the voters that went up there. Many who thought it was their fault. When they go in there, they put the ballot in and it kept misfeeding it. And as I watched, there was no rhyme or reason to why the misfeeds occurred as far as how they put the ballot in. I even observed one gentleman who folded his ballot, unfolded it, walked over to tabulator 2, put it in, and went right. Other people were doing it as best they could, and it kept rejecting it. Tabulator 1 had some problems, but not near the problems tabulator 2 did. So as a board member has mentioned here, it's way out of compliance with the EAC standards of 1 out of 500 misfeeds, and so I asked that the board investigate before we ever use that tabulator again in another election to see what's wrong with it. Why does it keep misfeeding? And does the misfeeding affect the vote total in any way?
Thank you.
Amanda Tiverton, and I just wanted to echo that was observed. In fact, within several minutes, the first poll watcher there did report a large number. She wrote down the time, every single time, and she read some to me every 2 minutes. It was so much that she actually stopped keeping track of how much the misfeeds occur. And just for the purpose of language, they weren't rejected, they were taken, the ballots were taken in the scanner, but they were misfeeds or multiple feeds that violate EAC standards. When you look on the tabulator, you see a sticker I observed that says EAC, and there's like a certification number. And so we want to make sure that our equipment is compliant with that. If it's not, which this does violate it, just ensure that the count is accurate. As Joel said, not for any certification purposes. Although if there were such an issue, that would be for the board to deal with. But just to see what was going on and why. Sometimes if we did observe, sometimes the did report that voter ended up after multiple attempts going to the other tabulator to do that. And there's no reason that a ballot, presumably that other ballots are coming from that same DMV, but this ballot cannot be taken in this tabulator and they have to go to a different one. And so that causes distrust in the voters. And so I also think that a hand count, of tabulator two would be good.
I'd just like to say thank you so very much. You as board members, responded to the concerns prior to the election. You dealt with them. There are still a few things, and I know you're aware that there are a few things, but I think one thing is clear. Sunday voting, there should never be another argument ever that there's anything wrong with Sunday voting. As a matter of fact, you might want to do two of them the next time. That was such a wonderful experience. I brought people in to vote and just sat and just smiled as I observed all those folks and people in wheelchairs, people on walkers, people for whom it was very difficult to cast their ballot, but they were coming in to do it. So that was just a wonderful thing to see. And we're very proud of this facility, but as a former member of the convention and one who always supported whatever you requested, I think it's time to kind of look and see what else is needed and put that in place over this period of time, because I think you've got a willing commission that would, because this went so well, I think the commission would be in support of whatever. And the other thing is the